Hey everyone, this is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com. And if you're watching me right now, that means at the same time you're also watching what's beneath me. And that is the first video footage coming out to us from Godzilla versus Kong, which has recently been announced that it's been delayed to November 20th, 2020. That's an excuse me, that's an 8-month delay. Now, as painful as that is of a delay, hopefully it's for the best, whether that's some extra footage that's being created, some extra CGI attention to the models of King Kong and Godzilla, some refined story elements, or what have you. If it's for the best, as painful as that 8-month delay is, it'll be for the best, you know? But let's talk about this. Now, I saw this several minutes ago, and my initial reaction was something like, "Whoa! Holy crap! Ah! King Kong is taller than Godzilla! What? Ah! He's over 400 feet tall!" That's still the excitement that I have, but that was a replica of my original excitement, which can never be fully replicated. I mean, I was through the roof. But let's look at this. It's a small GIF that we're getting. It's just being replayed. Like here you see my mouse. Okay. We're on top of the carrier. You see Godzilla. Can't pause this or anything like that. But you see Godzilla. He is right as tall as he was, if not maybe a little bit taller than he was at the end of King of the Monsters, something like 394 feet tall. So presumably, if he grew a little bit in the last year, you'd call him a full 400 feet, right? King Kong is taller than Godzilla. You can see his foot. It leaves the ground. But before it leaves the ground, before he winds up for this punch, he's already standing on the ground with both feet on it, and he's already taller than Godzilla at that point. So how much did he grow? You know, in the 47 years that had passed from 1973 to 2020, I was originally thinking he was going to grow something like 4 feet a year for 47 years. And then that would make him like a 292 feet tall. He would grow up like 188 feet. You know, that's 4 feet a year for 47 years. Yeah. Growing 188 feet's worth to be 292 feet tall. That would put him at 100 feet, more or less, shorter than Godzilla, be up to Godzilla's chest height, but you'd figure, okay, he'd have longer reach, the dexterous fingers, the grip strength, the ability to fully grip, for that matter, the mental intelligence, the fight acumen, the speed, the agility that goes into the fighting, and so forth. One of my original thoughts, though, was I didn't think it was going to happen, and that is, what if they made King Kong taller than Godzilla? Then you're like, okay, he clearly has the strength advantage. He has the height advantage. He full-on has the reach advantage. Even though he'd be taller than Godzilla, he wouldn't be heavier necessarily because he's not as thick. You know, he's not as dense as Godzilla. Godzilla's a big guy in circumference and whatnot, right? And he has his tail, so that's what happened. Kong is taller. Now, I was trying to figure out, well, how tall is he? How much did he grow? If he grew a full 7 feet a year for 47 years, that puts him right here, excuse me, at like 433 feet tall. And that's if they said, okay, 7 feet a year, yep, that's what he grew. That's how tall he is, 433. But I can imagine that they, wouldn't write it into the story that it's exactly 7 or something like that. So I came up with 416, which is like 6.6 feet a year's growth, approximately. You know, there might have been a slower part where he's growing here and a higher part where he's growing here. Excuse me. I'm coming off a little bit of a cold, so I have a cough by default, and all this talking and excitement is just adding to it. So bear with me. Apologize. But yeah, if you look in the Kong Skull Island, the Birth of Kong comic, which acts as a partial prequels, mostly a sequel to the Kong Skull Island movie. You can see that he's bigger, but you can't really get a full gauge of just how much he has grown between 73 and like 92, you know, when the next humans arrived. I tried to go, okay, this is how tall the humans were when they had that face-to-face shot of Kong from the profile back at Skull Island, and this is how tall and how many heights worth he was in the 90s and so forth. But it's kind of tough to gauge. So you can see that he's bigger, but just because his head didn't grow, this much by double or whatever in, 20 something years doesn't mean he didn't grow body wise. I mean, think of a human head the way we grow, right? When you are a baby, your head is like, 3 or 4 of your bodies in height, right? And as you become an adult, by the time you're a full-on adult, your head's height might be 7 or 8 of your bodies. So Kong, the rest of his body could have grown without his head necessarily having doubled or tripled in size. Skulls don't grow as much as our other limbs, for instance, the other bones in our body, like our femurs, our radiuses, our ulnas, and so forth. So, yeah, it wasn't really a good gauge of how much did he grow, but he was bigger. But now, he didn't just grow by, a couple hundred feet. He's 300 feet taller. And look at this shot. They're on this massive carrier, which is something that we have seen in previous photos before. You can see that he's got a beard. There's going to be a slowed down version of this, maybe even a full trailer that comes out tonight or something like that. It is December 8th. And at Comic-Con, we are getting things like Wonder Woman 84 footage. Tonight we're getting the Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 episode with Supergirl. So it's a really cool day for the WB and for WB-related properties. In this case, Legendary Pictures, Toho. Just a great marriage right here of King Kong and Godzilla. I can't stop looking at this footage. It's so exciting. It's kind of crazy to think that we were going to get this movie in just a little over 3 months. March 14th, it went from, or March 13th. Yeah, March 13th. It went from being like 4 days away from my daughter's birthday to it's landing on my son's birthday next year. So it's pretty cool. But anyways, like, if we got this little thing now and the movie was still coming out in March, this would be enough to keep me until, okay, drop that first official trailer in February. But now that we got this, I'd say, okay, either release the first teaser trailer tonight at some point, or if you don't, even this is enough to get people talking and speculating for the next couple of months until a first real trailer comes, maybe February, maybe for Super Bowl next year, Teaser trailer then, full trailer around Comic-Con in San Diego in July, one more small trailer, don't show off too much, and then boom, have the movie come out November 20th. I don't know. But just look, Godzilla's thicker than he was before, I think. It's hard to tell if he grew in height or not, but he looks bigger. Kong is clearly bigger. He's got a big chest going on. You can see a little bit of the beard. His arms are huge. They're just long, strong. His color is still mostly like a dark brown, it seems. His jaw is big. He's got larger teeth. His foot is on the floor. He's not jumping. He's freaking taller than Godzilla. It just blows my mind. Okay. That's the footage. That's my math approximation of how tall Kong is. I'm going to go with 416 feet or 432. 432 would be 1 foot shy of 7 feet a year's growth exactly. It'd be like 6.9 something, Oh, man. Okay, that's it. I'm going to stare at this footage, find a way to slow it down frame by frame, but I wanted to share it all with you. Thank you. Thank you, Legendary. Thank you, everybody working on this film, for putting in the time and effort. Please handle this property well. We're a passionate bunch. We love our King Kong. We love our Godzilla. We want this movie to totally rock. and it looks awesome from this, 2 seconds so far. Man. Okay. This is Paul Gale from PaulGaleNetwork.com signing out. Thank you all for watching. Have a good one. And maybe I'll be back on tonight with more footage, like a first official real trailer. We'll see. Till then, have a good day. Bye.